Today I'm gonna show you how to copy rows to multiple sheets on condition. So I'm gonna copy these products with corresponding sales values, and this is a longer list of products with corresponding sales, and I'm gonna copy this to multiple sheet and copy it with condition. So my condition is I'm gonna copy those products with sales values greater than 25,000. So like in this case, hard disk, this is 18,000, so I'm not gonna copy that. So the RAM, which is over 25,000, I'm gonna copy this. So all of those that are over 25,000, I'm gonna copy those into the multiple sheets, meaning sheet number 2, this one, sheet number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9, and the last one, sheet number 10. So I got multiple sheets here from sheet 1 to sheet number 10, but the source database is coming from the sheet number 1, okay, which the data that I'm copying from. Okay, so in order for me to be able to copy this, I'm gonna open the VBA editor so that I can write my VBA macro by pressing Alt plus F11. So I'm gonna insert module number 1, then I'm gonna close this Explorer and this properties so that I could have a wider view of the screen. Now I'm gonna write the macro sub. I'm gonna name my macro copy rows to multiple sheets. So copy rows to multiple sheets. So that would be my macro name. Then I got loads of variable to declare. So I'm gonna declare all these variables in order for me to be able to get all the codes to work. So the first one is dim src ws as worksheet. So what is src? Src is source, shortcut for source. Ws is worksheet. Okay, and the next one is dim ws as worksheet. So what is dest is destination, and destination worksheet, ws worksheet. So destination worksheet, then dim cell as range, enter. And the next is check call, dim check call column, call means column, as string, enter. Then the next variable is dim last row as long, enter. And the next variable dim destro as long. So again, this row is destination row. Okay, then the next one is dim sheet num. So I'm gonna loop through the sheets, so I don't have to write all the sheets in the code. Like I'm gonna write sheet number 2, sheet number 3, sheet number 4, sheet number 5. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna loop through the sheets from 2 to 10 worksheets. Okay, this would be as long, then enter. So sheet num is sheet number. Now I'm gonna set the source sheet. So what would be the source sheet? I'm gonna set it, then src. Okay, ws equals sheets. Then my sheets is gonna be sheet, because the source sheet is sheet number 1, so it would be sheet number 1, quotation mark, then close, then enter. Okay, so that would be the source worksheet. Then next column to check for the as I've said earlier, it would be, the condition would be greater than 25,000. So I'm gonna column check. So I'm gonna say, okay, no need to indent, check call, okay, equals column B, okay, column B, enter. Okay, the next thing is I'm gonna find last row in source sheet for the check column. So it's gonna be last row equals src ws dot cells, and then open parenthesis src ws dot rows dot count, comma, check call. Okay, I forgot the K. Check call, then close it, then dot, and I'm gonna close the Excel app with parenthesis, then that row, then enter. Okay, then I'm gonna loop from sheet number 2 to sheet number 10. That's why I said I'm not gonna write sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna loop it through. So for sheet num equals number 2 to number 10 worksheets, enter. Okay, and then I'm gonna set this ws. What is that? This again, this is destination equals sheets, inside the parenthesis is sheet num. Okay, and enter. Then next I'm gonna clear or delete all data, but I'm gonna keep the header row. So I'm gonna say this rows, then open parenthesis, quotation mark, number 2, colon, quotation mark, then ampersand, then this ws dot rows dot count, then close parenthesis, dot clear contents, wrong spelling. Alright, clear contents. Okay, that's good. And then I'm gonna start pasting at row number 2. So I'm gonna say this row equals number 2, enter. Then I'm gonna loop through again the source data. So I'm gonna say for each cell in src ws that range, open parenthesis, check call, ampersand, quotation mark, number 2, colon, quotation mark, ampersand, check call again, Okay, and last row. You have to be very careful with the spelling, otherwise you're gonna have syntax error. So okay, enter. So now I'm gonna write the condition that I have mentioned earlier. So the condition is, I'm gonna write if is numeric open parenthesis cell dot value, and then close parenthesis and cell dot value greater than, okay, 25,000. I said 25,000 earlier. Then okay, cell dot entire row. Okay, cell dot entire row. Okay, dot copy. So I'm gonna copy the entire row, and then dash ws dot cells open parenthesis dash row comma 1 close parenthesis, enter. Then dash row equals dash row plus 1, enter. Okay, now I'm gonna end if. Okay, the if is numeric, I'm gonna end if that, and then for each cell, this one, to complete this, for each cell in this srcws, I'm gonna next cell. Okay, for this loop, for sheet num, I'm gonna say next sheet num. Okay, then ends up. That's it. So this is the code that I have created, macro that I have created to copy the source worksheet srcws sheet number 1 to multiple sheet 2 to 10 worksheets with condition greater than 25,000. Okay, the hardest thing for this is just initial drawing up of the code. Okay, you may say, oh, it takes a lot of time, creating the macro. Yes, that would be for initial only, but once you have the macro, then your task will be a lot easier later on. You don't have to worry to create another macro again. All you have to do is just use this macro. Then you can use this several times, and you won't have any problem anymore, because all you have to do is, if you have created the button, all you have to do is just click the button, or you open the macro dialog box and then you run the macro. Then there will be no problem. Only initial, when you draw this code, that is the only time that you will encounter difficulty. But once you have drawn this code, then all you have to do later on will be just click the button or run the macro. Alright, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go back to sheet number 1. We are here in sheet number 1. So these are the products with corresponding sales value. Then I'm gonna position myself here in sheet number 2. Then I'm gonna access the Alt F8, which is the macro dialog box. Then I'm gonna run this macro. I only have one macro anyway, so I'm gonna run it right away. Okay, and there is a problem here. Sheet num to 10. What is the problem here? What seems to be the problem here? The problem is this should be WS. WS. Okay, this WS. No. This should be this WS. This one. This WS dot row. That rows. Okay, this row, this is this WS. Okay, and this row equals to 2. Okay, let me check again. Okay, sometimes we make mistake. Okay, you cannot avoid that. So when you're doing the code yourselves, you will always encounter mistakes because of typing, because of the logic of the program. Okay, you will always encounter that. So that is no problem. You can always debug. Then I'm gonna reset this. I'm gonna go back to Excel. Then I'm gonna run again. Alt F8. Then I'm gonna run it. All right, it's working now. Only see, that's the purpose of the dim, you know, the variables. That's the purpose of the variables. Dim this WS, dim this row. You make mistake in typing these variables, it will give you errors. Okay, you will not be able to get the result. So what happened now is it copied all 25,000 and above. Okay, greater than 25,000. You see the numbers. Nothing is below 25,000. This is 25,480. Okay, it only copies because that is the condition that we have set, that we're gonna copy products that are greater than product with sales that are greater than 25,000. Okay, so let's check the sheet number 3. Okay, same thing here because that is what we set, greater than 25,000. Sheet number 4. Okay, and the column, the row is only up to 67. Remember the sheet number 1, it's up to 106 total column, total rows, 106 rows. But when we copied with condition greater than 25,000, the products that are having greater than 25,000 is up to 67 rows. Sheet 3, same thing in sheet number 3, sheet number 4, sheet number 5. This is sheet number 5. Okay, this is sheet number 6. Okay, let's go to sheet number 10. Same thing, all okay across the board. Right? What if you want to change the condition? You can also do that. Okay, you just go back to Alt F11. Then you can change the condition. Where's the condition? The condition is right here, 25,000. Okay, I will make it 40,000. Greater than 40,000. And I'm gonna go back. Then, okay, here. Okay. Don't worry. Don't worry about deleting it, because we have already included in our code the deletion of the existing copied products. Okay, so you don't have to delete. Now I'm gonna run the Alt F8, the dialog box of the macro, and then I'm gonna run again. See what happened? The list will be shorter this time because because the criteria or the condition is above 40,000, right? Okay, this is 40,074. So look what happened to the previous one, the one that we have pasted with condition of greater than 25,000. It disappeared because it was deleted automatically by the code. See? Alright? Let's see the other sheet. Okay, same thing happened here in sheet number 3. So as sheet number 4. Okay, sheet number 5. Okay, because we have increased the okay, this is just an exercise. I have no reason to put greater than 25,000, greater than 40,000. I have no reason for doing that. I'm only doing this for our exercise, for us to understand the principle of using this condition, this copy pasting in multiple sheets, using a condition, certain condition, something like that. So sheet number 7, sheet number 10, all these things is so you don't have to run the macro. You only run the macro only one time, and all of the worksheets will be amended. Okay, and then we go back to Alt F11 again. I'm gonna change this to 45,000. Let's see what happens if we change this to 45,000, greater than 45,000 condition. Again, we are in sheet. Okay, I go to another sheet. Let's say sheet number 5. Okay, I'm gonna run the macro Alt F8. Then I'm gonna run this. See, only a few products remain because there are few products with sales value of greater than 45,000. Say sheet number 2, sheet number 3, sheet number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9, number 10. Okay? Alright, but the source document, source worksheet remains the same. Okay? So it remains 106 column, or row rather. Alright? So this is how you do the copying of rows to multiple sheets on certain conditions like the one I've shown you already. So this is it for our exercise today, and I hope you enjoyed our exercise, and thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.